Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another armor update video. I did like a whole lot of work after the last update video, but then I got tied up with a bunch of stuff, and didn't end up making a new update video. And then like I've been kind of adding things here and there to it, working on some stuff a little bit here and there on this. But I figured before I get too much farther into it, I wanted to make another update video. So here we go. Let's take a look. I got what I've done so far right here, and I gotta say I'm happy with the progress that I've been making. Look at this. Look at this. It's the front. There's the back. Look at that. So as you can see, we've got we've got a lot of it like assembled, you know. We got everything put together, and we started sort of, you know, building all the connections for everything to get it like where we need it to be to actually wear. I can actually wear this. I don't know that I'm gonna wear it for this video. Maybe. We'll see. Stay tuned to find out. But yeah, let's get a deep dive into it and see some more in depth of what I did. All right, so here we have it sort of broken down a little bit, just like front, back, and then the arms here. We'll start with the arms. I essentially I did this 2-inch elastic to connect the bicep and the forearm here, and this I just glued into it. You can see I just glued it in on that side and glued it on that side. I use E6000 for the whole thing. Just because it's real simple, real easy connection, real simple. It's not like too crazy important. And then for the shoulder bell, we did this is just a 1-inch elastic strap just to hold it up against the bicep, so it's not moving around too much. And then I have the shoulder. This connects the shoulder belt to the shoulder strap here. You can see I've got it connects right here, so it snaps on, and then it'll just keep it in place for the most part. One more connection that I do want to add eventually is I want to have a connection right here to connect just a snap, like a 1-inch elastic with snaps to connect the shoulder bell to the bicep. So like, because sometimes when I'm wearing them, what'll happen is like as I'm moving around and stuff, this will just end up sliding up and popping off. It happens more for the right side, this side, than it does for the left side. But I just want to have like just that snap connection in there, just to prevent it from like completely popping off. Which I think that's going to be the next thing that I do. One more thing about the before I forget, the shoulder bell. I just did this yesterday actually. I did have some return edge left on the shoulder bell here, but I ended up just basically getting rid of pretty much all of it. There's still like a tiny little bit, if that. If anything, it's just like the illusion of some of it. Just to make sure that this where it lines up here just gets it real. It just keeps it real snug on the against the bicep, and just has like just a better overall look, I think. All right, now we have the abdomen here, and going into this, you can see here that I used the double snap method, which, you know, a lot of people recommend snaps first of all on the forums at least, and it's as to whether I've noticed a lot of people using double snaps just as, you know, in case one snap pops, you still have that other snap to keep it all together. But a lot of people just swear by the single snap, where instead of two, it's just one here. I kind of wanted to go with the double snap just for extra security. I don't know that it might be a little overkill. I don't know. I haven't actually trooped in this yet, so couldn't tell you. But one thing I do recommend also, I've said it before, join up with your local garrison. Talk with your advisors there. They'll give you advisors to help you with your build and everything. So if you have any questions about assembling, they will have answers. They'll have answers for you. The one advisor told me when I was going into this, I'd already decided to do snaps, so I had everything ready for snaps. But the one advisor told me use Velcro, which I hadn't heard anything about. Nobody once mentioned Velcro on here. And then the other guy told me he used a combination of of Velcro and snaps. So, and you can kind of see I did it. I do have it up here where it's snaps on one side, and then this is actually a Velcro connection down here. It's real ugly, and I'll get into that later. But I probably would, for maybe not all of them, but for like these connections here, where your chest to your abdomen, just to make sure, it wasn't. I'm happy with my alignment that I got. I feel like it's a good alignment, right? Um, but it was one of those things where this was a hard connection because I didn't know where to put it. Like I don't know where is the I looked at a lot of references and stuff just to figure out where this should ideally sit. I think I got an all right one. But yeah, just you know what I mean, like having this top connection here as Velcro would have allowed me a little bit of adjustability. Like I said, I'm happy with my placement of that. So that's fine. But then with like these connections here, so everything else on the back and the sides, actually, when you sit down and think about it, it took me a while to figure it out. But and I had like a lot of anxiety going into like finally just deciding where I wanted to put stuff, where I wanted to place the snaps and everything. But when you think about it, like this line, this shape here lines up, right? There's this square that lines up, and then these two pieces just butt together. So having these connections, it's a no-brainer, right? Figuring those ones out. The side connection from the abdomen to the kidney, you basically just want, because there's going to be a belt at the bottom, you want the tops to line up, right? So just make them flush, like snug up against each other, and then have the tops line up. Place your snaps there, and then you're golden with that one. Plus, like I said, you're gonna have a belt on it, so it's gonna kind of like, you can sort of reposition it in there. Should kind of keep it on. I'm working on my belt over here. You can see this canvas over there for that. This connection I kind of had some issues with, because the kit that I have, the back plate, it's got a weird shape to it. As you can see, most of them will be like flush with this connection here. This one, the back plate kind of like has a kind of a strange look to it, but like once you kind of get it into, you can get it into a position where it'll actually sit. I have a slight gap, which isn't ideal, but it's not terrible. But it's just sort of like the shape, the form that it takes. I don't know if I can get this in a way that has like it kind of, yeah, it's a little, that was a little bit tricky. But again, once you just got to make sure that the back is flush up against your kidney plate here, and then just you can put your snaps wherever, as long as they're there holding it together, it's good. The big issue that I had, honestly, was the shoulder snaps. And you could see, like, I did have, originally I had snaps on both sides here, right? There's snap plates on both sides. But I just, like, I made two different sets of straps here because I just wasn't happy with the placement. So then I did finally end up going with just making snaps on one side, and then I just threw some Velcro down here. It's kind of quick and dirty. You don't see this when I'm wearing it. And eventually I'm probably going to make, now that I know the size of these, I'm probably going to make actual snaps to snaps. Yeah, but that's you can see the benefit of the Velcro. Like, you have the snap on the one side to sort of like, so when you do find the nice positioning, right, you can just leave the Velcro there and then just pop the snap off to get in and out of it. Because what most people do, what I do, is I have everything on the right side is already connected, right? Everything on my right side is connected, and then I just sort of like, I'll pop off the left shoulder, like the left shoulder won't be connected. I'll sort of slide it on, from the right side, pop the shoulder, pop this connection down here, and then get the sides here on the left side, and then pop on my shoulder bells, right, on my arms. and then I'm good to go. So it's nice to have like a permanent connection, and then also the snaps. That's what the snaps are for. Is basically you can pop them off, and then you're gonna put them back on the exact same spot. Whereas if you pop off your Velcro, you know what I mean, you're gonna have to try to find that sweet spot for placement again. All right, so that's pretty much what I have completed so far. You know, that I want to share with you guys. You know, that's worthy of an update. So what I want to do next, you know, the next stage is I want to, like I said, I want to add a snap connection in here just to make this basically the arm piece will all be one piece. And then I want to have a snap so I do want to make that non-permanent, right? And then what I'd like to do then is I've got the hand guards. I just need to find a way to secure them to. I need to figure out. I know like there's a million ways to secure them to my glove. They're the plastic hand guards. Ideally, they would be latex, which I don't want to secure them like permanently. So I don't know. I might do an elastic strap to put them over the, you know, basically just fit them over my glove. So I want to get those done, so then the arms will be completely done, like the whole arms and gloves and everything. And then I want to get the shoulder straps on. I don't know if anybody noticed, but there's no shoulder straps on here. I want to get these. I started like rough trimming them. I just gotta like clean up the edges and everything. Like shrink it down a little bit, cut a little more of this excess off, straighten it out, and then just basically just glue it. These will actually just be glued to the front here, and then they will just be tied on the back with a piece of elastic, like a little piece of elastic band, because that's kind of like that's screen accurate, right? That's so what they did. They were originally like they were connected, but then the connections on the back kept popping off. So I think they were. I don't know how that would work actually. I don't know. Anyway, they just ended up tying the backs on with elastic, just to keep them secured. So yeah, I want to get that, and then after that, as you can see, I still need the buttons here. I need to work on my belt, but I might save those for later. So once I get this stuff done, then I'm gonna actually jump over, and I need to make a garter belt, so I get my thighs ready, and then I might actually try to work on the legs before I do this and the belt. I might just work on the legs a little bit. All right, before I go, I just wanted to share a little bit of advice that I've gained, like some experience I've gained through this. On the forums, everybody really highly recommend that you do not cheap out on your snaps. If you're going to go with the snap strapping system, do not cheap out on your snaps. And I think a lot of people meant that if you get cheap snaps, then your connections with your snaps will pop while you're like trooping and stuff, and you don't want that to happen. But what I found cheaping out on snaps, because I think I kind of did cheap out on my snaps a little bit, the connections are secure, they're fine. It's just that so first of all, I ended up having to get 2 sets because I didn't order enough the first time. So I had to order more sets. The first set I got in this nice little box here. Came with all the snaps, and then it came with this, snap setting tool. And I've never set snaps before. I haven't done a lot of the stuff that I'm doing with this before. It's pretty easy. You just set it and then just like pound it with the hammer. It keeps it like, crushes it down, puts it into place, whatever. But this, so like I said, I burned through a lot of my snaps to begin with, and then I had to order more, and I didn't order the same ones because I didn't want another snap tool, which I should have gotten another snap tool anyway. I should have just ordered the same thing again. But I didn't. I just ordered snaps without the tool. And first of all, the tool is kind of like garbage. You can kind of see here, the top part here where I'm hitting it with the hammer, is all like bashed down because this metal is just so soft that it's like, I mean, you're using it to hit stuff with. I don't know why they'd use a soft metal. And then the tip of it, it's kind of hard to see here, but like the tip of it used to have a pointy tip, and now it's got a very dull tip, very blunt tip. So this is kind of like, I still have to use it actually. So it's kind of garbage. So I do recommend getting one of these. This was like $30. It's actually a really cheap set. But any kind of like snap setting pliers like this, I definitely recommend spend the money on these. If you're gonna go with the snap strapping system, this, it's, first of all, it's a lot easier, it's a lot faster, it's a lot quieter, and it's just, yeah, I just like, just go with it. Just go with the cheap one of these is much better than a cheap one of these. I'm telling you that right off the bat. So get one of these. The issue I had though was the second set that I ordered, the posts on these pieces, the like the snap, the button, or the snap, that like the part that you'll usually see, the post on it, right? So this is like, this fits like on the outside of your clothes where you would see it, and then there's like another piece that sits over top of this, and the clothes are in between it, and then you just crush you sort of have to like, the tool will push this post around the you know, the other piece. Well, this post on the snaps that I got is really, it's really small. It's way too small. It should not be this small, but they're all small. So what I ended up doing for like 1 or 2 out of every 3 snaps was I ended up just smashing the post so that like I can't even use the snaps anymore. I wasted so many snaps and I got so frustrated. This tool doesn't even work on those snaps because the posts are just too small. So I don't know like how you would figure out like if you're ordering them on Amazon, how you would know the size of the post. I don't know. I don't have dimensions for these ones to tell you not to get this, because you basically just get the size of the snap, which is like the size of the hole, or there's, I don't know what the size is, but there's like standard sizes for snaps. But just don't try to avoid these small posted ones. The other ones work fine, like the other side of it where that snap goes into, or goes, I don't know, the other side. those are fine. Those work great. This tool is just like boop and it's in. It's great instead of having hammer stuff. But yeah, just like, I don't know, trying to find good snaps. Like I said, I wasted so many snaps on that second batch. But that's it's gonna be it for me, guys. That's all I have for right now. I'm gonna try to get more work done. You're just in time. You're just in time for the outro, buddy. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get gonna try to get some more work done. But until then, guys, you know, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about, you know, anything really about the Stormtrooper armor or anything, just leave them down in the comments. And you know, have a great rest of your day, guys, and we'll see you next time. Say bye, bud.